So now that you've seen this, and now you're in some ways you're reliving it with this documentary coming out.
Yeah.
What's your? You told me your perception on the justice system, but where do we go from here? Like as a society, what do we do? And I mean, you could just speak for, I'm sure, just Kentucky, but what can we do? Because I'm sure that this kind of stuff happens here every day, whether it be Lexington, Louisville, no matter what city. I'm sure there's times where people are not experience justice as we would define the term. So what can we do? What is the way to go up from here?
So I thought about this since the first time you and I started talking about
Sure.
this. And so my answer is gonna maybe sound a little bit cold, but I still think back on that conversation that I had with my teacher about the justice system. And I think hard about what he said, that there's no such thing as a perfect justice system. But we have the best one. But I think now being in corporate America, working, when something goes wrong with your company or with your organization, people don't just move on. Not if they want to see real positive change. They do an audit. And I think that what needs to happen is that the justice system needs to be audited. And I don't feel like I've seen an audit. I mean, you've seen damages paid out, but oftentimes damages are paid out, and part of the agreement is we admit no guilt.
Wow.
Right? So just because I gave you $400 million doesn't mean that's a declaration of guilt on my part and innocence on your part. It just means I'm giving you $400 million for this to go away. And so I think if you are talking about what needs to be done, right? And so I'm a pastor, so in biblical terms, we call it repentance. It's when you stop, turn around, and go in the other direction. But that requires an audit, right? That requires you to look at your life and make an evaluation and make a determination about whether what I've done is right, whether it's wrong, whether the direction that I'm headed in is good or whether it's not good. Do we want to continue these practices or do we want to make changes? And I think until you see an audit of the justice system, starting at the local level and working our way up, I don't know how you really see change.